Oscar Sudi, led by Nelson Havi, Professor George Wajakoya, and 13 others, yesterday filed a review application at the High Court in Nakuru over the continued detention of the MP for another 7 days. Now, the case was heard today at 10 a.m. by Justice Joel Ngugi and will be determined at 2 p.m. Sudi is being charged with hate speech, offensive conduct, resisting arrest, unlawful possession of firearm and ammunition, and assault of a police officer. The MP asked the High Court to release him on reasonable bail terms. And we are speaking with the LSK president. Okay, let's listen in before we speak with the LSK president.
Threshold required while arresting a suspect is lower than the legal threshold required for the prosecution to meet in order to be granted the orders which the trial court erroneously did.
My Lord, we beseech you to uphold the law. This is a matter where the honorable member for Kapsaret should not even be asked to post cash bail. He should be released on his word to keep the peace.
Allow me to take about 2 hours to consider the applications and the submissions and the representations before the court. And then in about 2 hours, I'm not promising the ruling will be ready, but at least you will get information from my assistant if it is ready. If it is ready, then a Zoom link will be sent and I will read it just like we've done here.
Okay, so let's now have that conversation with the LSK president, Nelson Havi, who is joining us live away off phone. Good afternoon, Mr. Havi. Thank you for joining us on News Desk.
Good afternoon,
Great. Straight on. Are you in Nakuru rather, as the LSK president or as a lawyer to the MP, Oscar Sudi?
Of course, I'm here as a lawyer to Kapsaret MP Oscar Sudi. The LSK doesn't represent people in court.
Okay, now the Member of Parliament had sought to be released on bail. The court ruled that he has to be in custody for more days. So what are your thoughts about that ruling and tie it to the Bill of Rights?
First and foremost, Honorable Sudi has not been charged with any offense. He's being held pursuant to an order of the magistrate on request by the prosecution that the police would like to hold him for a short period of time to enable them conclude investigation. Why do they want to hold him for a short period of time? Because they are saying in his capacity as a member of the National Assembly, he is so influential that if he is released, he will interfere with investigations and witnesses. That is not a good reason to give, because Sudi is an elected member of the National Assembly and he will remain an elected member until the next general election. And that cannot be the reason as to why you ought to continue keeping somebody in detention when there is no charge against him. We have therefore asked the High Court judge to release Honorable Sudi, and if the police will have crystallized on their investigations, then they will liaise with the Director of Public Prosecutions and profile charges against him. But for now, there is no reason whatsoever as to why they should continue holding the honorable member for Kapsaret.
Now, the NCIC is proposing an amendment in law to bar warmongers from contesting ahead of the 2022 general election. So this is a good way, perhaps, to curb hate speech and insightful remarks?
Well, you see, many people tend to confuse that which is annoying to them with hate speech. What is hate speech really? Has there been a conviction in respect of hate speech? People may speak many things that you do not like, but that does not constitute hate speech or an offense in the first place. And there must therefore be a distinction on how to solve personal dissatisfaction and how to use the criminal justice system to deter or to punish for offenses. Not every pronouncement will be hate speech. Not every pronouncement will be an offense. No wonder, therefore, as I've told you before, there has never been a conviction on hate speech, and will not improve this matter by trying to implement more laws. No. What has to be done is for the society to embrace good morals, for leaders who are in office to do the right thing. Where does this start from? Does it start from the top or from the bottom? Because if you are to legislate, you need to be prepared to enforce that legislation against everybody.
Now, we saw the Member of Parliament, Oscar Sudi, at a rally in Eldoret where he did not appear to be really apologetic. So my question would be, where do you draw the line between a person who shows remorse and a person who is spoiling for a fight?
We need to differentiate between mitigation in a court of law and an apology given by a politician. It is solely upon him to determine whether he wants to apologize, but as his lawyers are of the view that whatever